Thank you. Well, good morning. My name's Fred Batterton from Studio B Architects. This is my house, like the previous two people. It's taken until I got white hair to build my own house. But it is a product of two generations, as I'll show you. So it's a vacant triangular block, again in Anglesey, not very far from John's house that we've just heard about. And we were keen to keep as many trees as possible. As you can see, it's totally covered in trees at the start. We wanted to get a balance between that BAL 29 bushfire controls on the site and the desire to retain as many trees as possible. So the key aims have been to make it sustainable to Passive House standard, which is a fairly onerous standard. We didn't particularly want a large floor area, so it's just 176 square meters, but with a variety of living spaces, including some external living spaces. And given that we've got two road frontages, that was a challenge. This is from the north corner, looking uphill towards the two guest bedrooms. And the entry path is from the quieter of the two streets. We reused some of the tree trunks that we had to take down to build the house as boundary markers and entry path markers. There's no surprise on entry. You get the glimpses into there before you go in. The lower single-storey house is behind the rammed earth wall on the right, and that's got the glass lobby linking it to the two-storey house. In the floor plan, ground floor on the left, first floor on the right, I've indicated 6 different internal living spaces, and that was important to us, each with their own directed views. And then 2 main external living spaces, the courtyard and the roof deck, again with directed views. So in terms of the materials, we've got the rammed earth spine wall, and then we've got spotted gum cladding and a matte grey ribbed colour bond, and of course double glazing. So Passive House is easier with a simple box space, but with a glass lobby and a plan with so many external surfaces, it's quite a challenge to get to Passive House standard. But we weren't willing to have the architecture limited by Passive House. Although sustainability was important, we wanted to have the freedom to create the spaces that we wanted. The courtyard is a contained outdoor space, and it's been furnished since this picture, but this was giving you an idea of the space itself and how we get privacy from the more significant road beyond here. So it's a room with catering, and we've got a slide through from the kitchen, and a roof deck, which gives us shade with the overhang for those north-facing windows. The balcony has also provides shade to the lounge room windows below. It's worth saying here that Josh, my son, and I did the Passive House Designers course during lockdown. And after 40 years in practice, I myself learnt a whole set of new ways of putting buildings together as a result of that, which, together with what Josh learned from my experience as we worked together on this, it was quite an important project for both of us. So we were keen to avoid thermal bridges from the outset. So in terms of concept and detail, the steel is on the outside of the building. The north-facing orientation gives us both passive solar and the photovoltaic panel locations. Going beyond Passive House, we we involved thermal mass in giving us thermal benefit at different seasons of the year. The project has already been used as an introduction to Passive House by the Australian Passive House Association, and Josh and I have been involved in a couple of seminars on that. The rammed earth spine wall during construction, I think you might be interested to see the insulation that enters from the courtyard at that point, and then the spine wall in its completed form. So that spine wall is basically a space container for the courtyard, and then for the guest bedrooms. The bathroom has, the living room, dining and kitchen are all one, and we had a piece of artwork created by our daughter-in-law, which actually has elements of the design journey built into there, some of my sketches from early on and my wife's watercolours. The bathroom has views out into the tree canopy, and we were fairly careful with our cabinetry design. So there's a lot of careful details. This is the rain head that takes water from above and captures water from the roof deck, but also what I call slippery detailing, so that in the event of a bushfire, ember attack, those things would blow off. Thank you. So the rammed earth wall capping is there to avoid staining on the wall, which you'd see in a number of cases with rammed earth, and then the canopy is suspended. The need to drain with an overland flow the garage courtyard allowed us to create this swale and also the bridge over to the front door, giving that tactile feel as you enter the house. So it works for parties, and the whole of that ground floor area has been used for parties successfully. So there we are. It's the big idea is a fully considered, efficient and fun living box. So come and see the details. See how the spaces work. Thank you.